Hello again. We want to do a word problem showing the applications of sine law, cosine law. We have a cable car here. This is representing a cable car. And this cable car stops part of the way across an 86 meter wide gorge. And the cable holding the car makes an angle of depression of 57 degrees at one end and an angle of depression of 40 degrees at the other end. You know that angle of depression is the angle between the horizontal line and the line of sight below the horizontal line. So the angles are given and the distance between 2 points A and B are given. This is a cable car which stops part of the way across an 86 meter wide gorge. And we want to know how long is the cable that holds the car, basically. So the length of the cable needs to be found. So we see that part of the cable is AC, the other part is BC. So basically, I would say it makes sense that the length of the cable is the sum of the two parts AC and BC. So right away, I can say AC plus BC is the answer we're trying to find. We want to find the length of the cable. So I have to find AC somehow, I have to find BC somehow, and simply add them up, and that's the length of the cable. It's an application question. Okay, so I'm looking at the question, see what is given, what is required. The first thing I do, I find the measure of angle C here. So I want to say angle C is 180, take away 57, take away 40. So if you do the math using a calculator, you get 83 degrees. That is the measure of angle C. And then I'm going to use sine law to find side AC. So side AC is lowercase b, and side BC is lowercase a, and side AB is lowercase c actually, right? So I'm going to say b over sine B equals c over sine C. This is sine law, okay? And B, we don't know how much it is. We need to find. But sine of angle B would be sine of 40 degrees. And the side C is 86. And angle C is 83 degrees. We just found it, 83 degrees. So from this proportion, by solving this proportion, we can easily calculate the length of side B, which is part of the cable. Okay, so B would be 86 sine of 40 over sine of 83. And we need a calculator. This would be 55.7. So 55.7. The unit of measurement is meters. Okay, we write it down. So this is basically side AC. So I write here 55.7. Okay, now I need to find side BC somehow, and then I'm going to add them up, and that will be the total length of the cable. Okay, we found part of the cable's length, 55.7. The other part, we still need to find it. Okay, so now if I say B is 55.7, now I notice something that you may notice as well. Two sides and one contained angle basically is known. Therefore, we can apply cosine. Of course, I'm not saying you can't use sine law for the second time. Sure, you can use sine law to find side BC, but we're going to try to use cosine law here because we recognize two sides, one contained angle are given or known. So I have to write a squared, okay, equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of a. I used the first form of cosine law. I did not need to tailor to find side B or C. I wanted to find side A, so I used the first form. And I'm not using this other form because I'm not interested in finding any angles. Look at the diagram. All the angles are known. So why would I bother using this second form of cosine law? I will use this first form because I'm looking for the side lengths. Okay, so a squared would be 55.7 squared plus c, which was 86 squared, minus 2 times 86, 55.7. Cosine of angle A is 57 degrees. So we need to use a calculator. So we have a 55.7 squared plus 86 squared. All at once we punch in times cosine of 57. So 5280, 5280.63. Then we take the square root of this figure, and from there, let's see how much we find. That would be square root of this number, 72.7. I got 72.7, 72.7 meters. Now, if you use sine law instead of cosine law, you would get the same answer. Okay, so there is multiple ways of doing these trigonometry problems. You can use sine law, get the same answer, or you can use cosine law, as I did, get the same answer. So now that we found the length of cable BC, I can write it down here, and now I simply add them up, and this would be actually the final answer to the question. So let me see, 55.7 plus 72.7, it gives you 128.4. Okay, so the unit of measurement is meters. Okay, and this is the length of the cable, actually, all the way from A to C and C to B. That is the length of the cable, 128.4 meters. It is a word problem end of the day, so we have to write the final closing statement or a paraphrase to answer the question. So we're going to say the length of the cable is how much? 128.4 meters, including the unit of measurement. Okay, so this was just one word problem we did. Shows applications of sine law, cosine law, and you can use sine law instead of cosine law for the second part of the exercise. I'm not saying the solution is unique. You have to do it this way, but you will definitely get the same answer. So hopefully you keep practicing and studying and doing as many problems as you can. The two major topics of this last unit of the course was sine law and cosine law, which we covered them all. The rest is up to you to sit down and spend the hours and practice as much as you can. Study, check the websites that are posted, read the solved examples in the textbook, try the homework questions. And this is a lot of work, but obviously success doesn't fall from the sky just like that. Nothing is gained without great labor in life, as you know. So you have to work extremely hard to succeed, to get positive results in life. And this is a no-brainer, like it's true for everything. So I hope you found these lectures useful and you learned one or two things from them. So keep practicing and stay healthy and be happy and safe.